This program is supported by Echo Communications, a digitally integrated commercial printer and mailer located in New London, New Hampshire since 1997, with roots going back much further as the country press, AccuMail, and the home of the Kearsarge shopper. Echo Communications.
Welcome back to Your Yankee Chronicle. I'm Abby Peel, your host. Over the last couple of years, a Herculean effort was made to raise funds for an expansion and improvement of the New London Barn Playhouse. Last Tuesday, the governor and his council visited and held one of their regular meetings on the road here. The governor, as a strong supporter of the arts and humanities, chose our dear Barn Playhouse for his edition of their roadshow. As part of the council's visit, the meeting is usually preceded by a performance of some sort. On this day, two Barneys represented the New London Barn Playhouse.
Now, given that we are at the theater, it wouldn't be good theater and a good stage if we didn't have some good performances. And that's the other thing. We always try to kick off our meetings with a performance. Even at the State House, we'll bring in a singer or we'll bring in somebody in just to highlight, and it definitely sets the right tone. I'm a big believer the legislature should do it as well. And I think we have two folks that are going to perform first today, which is great. So the first is Adam Zeff, who I just met. Adam's going to come up and do one of his readings.
This is a poem I wrote about the Barn Playhouse back in 2017, about a story of when I fell off the stage. For those that took a tour of the barn itself, or have seen it from the outside, it's very rustic, and I love this place. It has a lot of barn charm, and for those that haven't checked it out after today, please go step in that building, and you'll know what I'm talking about. A summer stock locked up inside a barn with rich history and charm. It was once an old barn filled with hay. Through the side alley doors, those rallied horses would neigh if you told them one day your hay bales and stables will be traded for playbills. The gable roof on top is quite the sight. The wood is painted red, the window panes are white. Headshots are hung high above the entrance, and the heavy doors are swung wide and open to all entrance. Pictures don't do the place justice. The barn is rustic and rusted. You must trust that those trusses hold up, don't bust and crush us. Now that would be tragic, yes, but no fusses, for it's brushed with barn magic. That's what we call it, barn magic. A barn bonded with chewing gum, yarn, and tacks. It's just a shack showing plays told in 2 acts. And it happens here every single year. The standing O's, bravos, and cheers, the hisses, boos, and judging jeers, even the teary laughs cackled from cracking your onstage peers. The history hangs on the playhouse walls. Pictures of past shows like Anything Goes and Guys and Dolls. The old back bathroom stalls host photographs of actors who staff the casts over the last 90 seasons. 90 seasons. Now, if you need a reason to see some art, then come on down to the stomping ground where starving artists got their start. The place where pomp astounds, where interns romp around, an intern burned their mark on this barn's heart. And the barn can feel it all. The barn feels all. Every stumble, every fall. And I love our humble barn, I love it all. And even though the floors creak and the ceiling leaks and the place has cracks, dents, and frays, the barn stays. Like a nail hammered deep into aged wood, it stands where it has always stood. Thank you all, I appreciate it.
That was awesome. Thank you, Adam. That was great. So we have a second performance today, and we have Lauren Eshaw, who's going to be accompanied by, is it Robbie Cowan? Yeah. Great. And Lauren has obviously been here before, but now she's moved on to New York City. I get it. It's Broadway. We don't have Broadway yet here, but so it's understandable.
My name is Lauren Eshaw. I was a company member in 2019, and this was the most magical summer of my entire life. I love this place. I love this barn. We were working, like sometimes 12-hour days, and it's just magical. And I hope that everyone can experience like the magic that happens here. But I'm here today because I just finished a production of The Little Mermaid up in Manchester, and I figured I'd bring a little bit of that Disney magic here today. So this is a little bit of Part of Your World. I just don't see how a
highlight after these two gems was the recognition of New London Barn Playhouse former board member Dan Snyder for his efforts to make these substantial changes happen and his extensive volunteer work on other boards, education, finance, and other aspects of our community. We at the Yankee Chronicle and YCN congratulate Dan and the Barn Playhouse and thank the governor and his council for recognizing the work being done here. When we come back, Meg Cowan from Newport Opera House will give us a rundown on their upcoming events. But first, these words from local businesses that make this show possible with their underwriting gifts.